Good evening, I'm Esther Githui-Ewart in for Vincent Makori. This is Africa 54. Tonight we begin in the United States, where the city of Houston is finally getting some relief from historic rain Wednesday as tropical storm Harvey pulls away from East Texas and into neighboring Louisiana. Meanwhile, rescue agencies in Houston are struggling to find beds for tens of thousands of Texans forced to leave their homes in the aftermath of unprecedented rainfall. About 30,000 people have been placed in temporary shelters, but more beds are needed. VOA's Hoke reports.
Some residents had hoped to ride out Hurricane Harvey as the storm hit the South Texas coast late Friday. But after several days of rain, they were forced to leave their homes to look for food.
I didn't even imagine that it was going to be this catastrophic like this. This is horrible.
Some 3,500 people have been rescued from rising water. Police, firefighters and National Guard troops on Tuesday continued trying to locate those stranded. Private citizens are helping one another.
Can't imagine it. You know, it's gut-wrenching. It touches you to the core. You know, what can I do for my neighbor? Everything else goes out the window. You know, it's just about helping your neighbor.
Since Friday, the storm has moved inland, flooding a wide swath of land with 40 to 80 centimeters of rain. As those that were evacuated need help, others are still waiting to be rescued. The National Guard said Tuesday it has 30 helicopters supporting rescue efforts, but as many as 100 may be deployed in the coming days for a sustained response. A spokesman for the Domestic Operations Unit said up to 30,000 guardsmen, as well as a U.S. naval amphibious assault ship, could be called upon to help out in rescue efforts.
Every military asset that can assist our civil authorities in terms of the response and recovery from Hurricane Harvey is put in place.
Aid agencies are providing food, clothing, and other necessities to help people rescued from their flooded homes. Offers of help are beginning to pour in from across the country and abroad. Houston's Major League Baseball team, the Astros, says it is donating $4 million. The baseball games scheduled to take place in Houston are being moved to fields in other cities. Astros outfielder George Springer says the team is trying to stand firm.
It's tough, you know, it's our home, you know, our guys have families there too, you know, they have houses and all that, and it's tough to be here, you know, but we also understand that, you know, it's our obligation to go out and play hard.
A number of celebrities also have pledged donations to the relief funds. U.S. officials say recovery from Harvey will be longer and more expensive than recovery from any previous storm in the United States. Zlatica, Hoke, VOA News, Washington.
And joining us via phone is Tabitha Awur, a native of South Sudan, now living in Houston, Texas. Tabitha, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you.
Now tell us how the storm has affected you as a family and those living in your neighborhood.
Well, this storm has really destroyed a lot of people. And as for me, I've been locked in since Thursday with my family and a lot of others. We currently live in an apartment complex. So everyone is locked in. People can't go anywhere because all the main roads are shut down or flooded. But how it has affected me is just not being able to go to the grocery store, not being able to go see a friend that is stuck in their house. Or, I mean, like in our apartment complex, a lady on Sunday was in labor, and that was a big scare because all of us the community in this apartment complex was afraid of what was going to happen. If there's other people out there that needs to be helped, but the community came together. We ran together in between the apartment complex and went to try to go help this lady with her baby. But end up the National Guards came and lifted the lady to the hospital, thank goodness. Yeah. But the community came together and we raced to try to get her out.
So Tabitha, what is your biggest concern right now as the storm kind of gets a little away from Houston heading to Louisiana?
It's the rebuild of Houston. I mean, Houston is the fourth largest city in the U.S. And we moved here 3 months ago from D.C. and having to schools are pushed back. You know, kids are not starting school. People's homes are still underwater. So there's a lot that needs to be done in Houston. I don't even know where to start. I mean, all we can do right now is go to these shelters and go help out, because if you didn't get flooded, you want to go help others, because there's nothing you're doing right now. You can't go to work. You can do normal things you do. So now, as a community, and for me, all I want to do is just go to the shelters and provide my need, anything that I could to give, my time. I mean, because I'm not doing anything. So, and most, like, the grocery stores are only open for a few hours, and by the few hours, there's a line wrapping around. So if you have water, you want to keep that water and let other people that don't have their water, that don't have water, to get in that line. So right now, we're just trying to stay back.
No shops open to get in the kind of groceries at all?
There are shops, but they have time. They have curfew times. So they open at 8 and close at 5.
Well,
and within that, there's millions of people that need that. We've been in since Thursday. So just think about it. People ran out of these things. So people are all waiting in line to get in.
Very devastating indeed. Tabitha, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Esther.
Tabitha Awur is a resident of Houston, Texas, and a native of South Sudan.